swear you have to try this. Dishwashing. I can just do this for hours and hours. It feels so relaxing. Yeah, it's exactly what my under eyes need. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Crystal, and today I'm going to review the AOA Studio Wonder Blender. I actually saw this in so many beauty reviews. A lot of girls have been reviewing this, but it's going to be my first time to use this, and it's called the Pawpaw Edition. If you guys don't know AOA Studio, most of their products are actually $1, and you can get their products from Shop Miss A, which is like, I think they're located in America, I'm not really sure, but most of their makeup products are $1 and it's so affordable, plus they have really fun products like this. By just looking at this, it's very similar to the original Beauty Blender, and it actually feels super soft. They have different shapes for this, and I have the original Beauty Blender right here. It looks super disgusting. I'm not even sure if I should show you guys, but yeah, this is the original one and this is the AOA. If we're just gonna talk about the shape, this is actually the closest that I have. I have other sponges that are also pink and like a teardrop shape, but the shape of this is very similar to the original Beauty Blender, which is this one. And this one got pretty disgusting very fast. It got worn out. I have a lot of cheaper sponges that are still okay until now, but yeah, this one I can't use it anymore. I have a really good feeling about this. I feel like it's going to be a really good quality sponge, but I got this for 150 pesos, which is super cheap. You can get this also from Shopee, but if you want to order this from the Shop Miss A website, you can, but you're gonna have to pay for like shipping fee and all that, and you probably need a credit card. But yeah, this is the color. It's just a baby pink and it's really cute. The Wonder Blender is a latex-free, high-definition cosmetic sponge designed for easy applying and blending. And from what I know, the original Beauty Blender is also latex-free, so it doesn't smell like latex or rubber. It's actually a really high-quality sponge. So if they say this is latex-free, it's probably the exact same material. I'm not really sure, but when my Beauty Blender was brand new, it actually felt exactly like this. Use it with primers, foundations, powders, cream blushes, and other complexion products. Unique design is great for large areas of the face and hard to reach areas. I know how to use this, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and wet this and see if it's going to grow. Alright, I'm back and the sponge is now wet, and as expected, it doubled in size. And oh my gosh, let me tell you guys, if you guys came here to know whether this is soft or not, or if it's going to expand, yes, it expands when it's wet, and it's as soft as baby's butt, maybe even softer, but it's definitely the softest sponge for the price that I've ever purchased. I can tell already that this is 99% similar to the original Beauty Blender. The only thing that I noticed is that the original Beauty Blender is more porous. The original Beauty Blender has more pores than the AOA one, but honestly, the AOA one might feel even more softer, and it's very light. It almost has no weight to it, which is the thing that I noticed about the original Beauty Blender. It feels super light. Some other cheaper sponges feel kind of heavy, even if you squeeze out the water. This feels so soft, very light, and if this works, I might order 100 pieces more because I love sponges, and oh my gosh, that feels so soft. So I guess the true test is if we really try this with foundation and the rest of our face products. I already have my eye makeup on, so I'm just going to apply my foundation now. I don't know, I can't even feel it on my hand. It almost has no weight to it, which is really good. It means that we are very close to the original Beauty Blender. So I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Golden Beige. When I'm doing like makeup tutorials and like reviews like this, I want my face to be really zoomed in, because the thing that I hate most when I'm watching like reviews of like foundations and makeup is when the camera is too far away from the face and you can't see any details. So here I am showing you my bare skin. I only have my eye makeup on, but I don't have foundation or anything. But yeah, this is a way for me to show you guys the true test. So I'm just going to apply this foundation. It has a spatula. Okay. So I'm going to test this out with foundation first, and then I'm going to do concealer, cream blush, and everything else. I'm gonna try to apply more because I feel like I need it. Alright. Oh wow. This definitely feels like the softest sponge ever. Wow. And it's really blending out my foundation really evenly. And I don't know, like I can't see my pores. Wow. This is trying to prove something to me, is that it's not always about the quality of your foundation. It also really helps if you have the perfect tools when you're applying your foundation, because sometimes even if the foundation is good and your tools for applying your foundation is bad, maybe it's a bad brush and it applies your foundation very streaky, but yeah, this sponge really made this foundation like 10 times better. Normally with this foundation, it will look a bit streaky with a brush or my other sponges, but this one is just blending it like air on my skin. Oh my gosh. So impressed. I'm actually not yet done with my review, and I already really recommend it. It's really that good. I just wanna pat this on my face all day. So relaxing, so soft. It feels like I'm patting my face with like air. It feels very relaxing. It doesn't feel like I'm punching my face. Some sponges tend to do that, but this one is just, I love this sponge. I think I already found a new favorite sponge. I just wish that it won't stain the sponge easily, because I actually really love the baby pink. Like, I can just do this for hours and hours. It feels so relaxing. Next, for concealer, I'm going to use my Revlon Color Stay Concealer, and this is in the shade Light, and I'm just going to use this on my under eyes. I'm just going to do one eye at a time because this concealer sets so fast. Okay. Oh wow. Wow. Even for my under eyes, it's very gentle. And the thing about other sponges is that it's a bit stiff, so it's a bit stressful for your under eyes, but this one is so gentle, it's so soft. If you love using sponges for your makeup, I swear you have to try this. Oh wow, so soft. This applied my foundation and my concealer so well, and it doesn't feel stressful at all. It doesn't feel like I'm punching my face or anything like that. I swear you have to get this. They have other shapes for their sponges, but I really prefer this shape more than any other because it has this pointed tip, and yeah, it's exactly what my under eyes need. Lately, I've been struggling looking for the perfect applicator for my under eye concealer, because I feel like a brush will look streaky, and I feel like a brush really never applies my under eye concealer well. I need a sponge, but then like other sponges feel like so harsh for my under eyes. This is definitely a perfect under eye concealer sponge. So if you're looking for a very gentle sponge for your under eyes, I recommend this one. So I'm just going to highlight the rest of my face and then move on to the blush. Softness of the sponge, definitely 10 out of 10. One of the softest sponge that I've ever tried. I want to contour with this as well. So I'm just using the Clinique Chubby Stick. Just contour a little bit right here. Probably here. Okay. For me, contour products are the hardest to blend. They're not super hard to blend, but if you're gonna ask me which one is the hardest to blend when it comes to makeup, it's probably the contour. So if you don't have a good sponge, it's not going to blend it well. You need a sponge that is very, very soft, just like this. Oh my gosh. Usually contour takes a little bit of effort for me blending, but this one just really, really gives you that airbrush look. If you have any pores or anything like that, since it's very soft, it just really fills in those pores. Wow. Oh wow. This is the first time for me. I actually used the original Beauty Blender for me, and it was a slight struggle blending my contour, but with this one, it's so easy. I don't know, I probably prefer this than the original Beauty Blender. Even with my long nails right now, it's actually really easy. And the size is just perfect. It's not too small, not too big. Actually, slightly bigger than the original Beauty Blender when it's wet, but the performance is just really the same for me. Okay, so we already have the cream contour. Now I'm going to use this for my cream blush. So I'm just going to use this part to apply the blush. Oh wow. Nice. And normally I don't get to use this part because my other sponges, this part feels kind of stiff, but this one is so soft, so you can just pounce this on your face and it's just going to blend out the product super easily. Should I add more? That's the question. I actually can't see myself on the viewfinder because I'm not wearing glasses, I'm not wearing contacts, so I'm almost blind right now, but I'm just gonna add more here. So I'm finished applying my cream products on my face. Normally I would bake my face, and I also use a sponge to bake my face, but I'm going out later and I don't want my face to look super cakey, so I'm just going to use a normal sponge. So I'm just going to finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back to share with you guys my thoughts about the AOA Wonder Blender. Alright guys, so I'm finished doing my makeup and I am going to talk about my final thoughts about this sponge. It's the softest sponge that I've ever tried. It's probably softer than the original Beauty Blender, or maybe the same, but honestly I prefer this more because it's not as porous as the original Beauty Blender. It really applied my foundation so evenly and it really filled in my pores. And what's good about this sponge is it really gives your skin an airbrush finish. And even my foundation, I haven't seen my foundation look this good in a long time, and I use a brush, I use a sponge, but today my foundation looks extra good, and I know it's because of this sponge. It doesn't really keep the water inside the sponge, and some of my sponges, example this one, if you wash it with soap and water, it has the tendency to keep the water inside the sponge, and even though you're squeezing the excess water, it's still going to be very stiff. I also have to remind you guys that you shouldn't use like a liquid soap, like a dishwashing soap. I know some people recommend that, but I honestly, like, personally I don't, because dishwashing dishwashing soap, can you say?
Dishwashing soap.
Because dishwashing soaps have the tendency to really foam up, and some sponges get very stiff when they keep those foam inside, and like I said, even if you squeeze the excess water, it's going to stay there and it just makes your sponge really hard. And this one, I don't know if you can see, I can squeeze it like all the way down, like it's very soft and squishy, and I can almost feel my fingers together. But with this one, I don't really feel my fingers at all. Yeah, this is definitely softer. Applying my under eye concealer was a breeze. It's so easy and I didn't feel any pressure at all. It's very gentle for your under eyes, and I really recommend this, especially if you have very sensitive under eyes. I really do recommend this if you can get this. go ahead and get this. You won't regret it. So that is it for my review of the AOA Wonder Sponge. Oh no, Wonder Blender. And I can't wait to try more AOA beauty products just because I'm very impressed the first time. And yeah, I just can't wait to test out their products. They have like setting powder, highlighters, they have glosses, they have all the products you need to do a full face of makeup. So yeah, I can't wait to try them. If you have any AOA product in mind that you want me to try, let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video, and I'll see you guys again next time.